Hello, this is Sassy Amanda with Sassy Sisters Crafting, and I'm going to do a walkthrough of the final road trip junk journaling that we worked on. You've already seen a couple videos of the first few pages, so we're going to review those right now. This was the first page I made where I put pictures of the signs from the states we drove through and a picture of my daughter and I traveling. Then we went to Alabama first from Florida. Went to the Majestic Caverns, did a little hike before that. When we left the Majestic Caverns, we went to the DeSoto Falls and did a little side trip, and then ended up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And this is the last page that we showed in previous videos. So then here's the next one I made, where I used postcards and pictures from the Tennessee Aquarium. We had a good time at the Tennessee Aquarium. They have two sides, and we did the riverside first. It was very interesting. I took pictures of some of the things that I really liked. And when we went to the gift shop, we bought these postcards here. And I took pictures of those butterflies and the frogs. And we had a good time there. It was starting to snow and we didn't want to walk while it was snowing or hike. For 2 days, we stayed at my friend's house a little south of Knoxville, and then we went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where Westgate Resorts is. So there was a lot to junk journal with there. When you check into a resort, you usually get a parking permit, you get the map that tells you where your cabin is. We ate at the restaurant. So here in this page for checking in at Westgate, it shows which cabin we stayed in. I took a little picture of us, which I put on there, and there's also the parking permit back there that we glued in. The same day that we checked in, we also went to the Sugar Land Visitor Center in the Smoky Mountains, and we did a small little hike behind the Visitor Center. So for the junk journaling here, we have some stickers. We also have pieces of the map they gave us in the Visitor Center, the receipt, and I had parked in the grass and got a courtesy notice to not park there. I pasted in or glued in the parking permit and a couple of other things that were in the brochure about the different trails that we were taking. We were able to leave from the visitor center to do the falls, and I have a picture there in the center of the nature trail cabin. And these things I took out of the brochure. That was a pretty short hike, so we decided to go ahead and do another hike the same day before getting back to the resort. That's when we decided to hike some of the Appalachian Trail. I got this sticker from the visitor center, and I took some pictures of us out there. There was snow on the ground. It wasn't actively snowing, but there was snow on the ground. And I got the postcard from the visitor center. But this hike was, the parking lot was in between North Carolina and Tennessee. So we were able to be in both states, and we were able to play with some of the snow, and it wasn't too bad of a hike. I think it took us basically 54 minutes. It kind of got up there pretty high, had some good views, which I took a good picture of, but I think the biggest fun was grabbing some of the snow and playing with it, and just being able to see the pretty views. That was called Newfound Gap, and luckily We didn't do what we did the next day because that was crazy long. So I had extra things that I wanted to put in my junk journal here. So more postcards and stuff, pieces from the brochure. This is the map showing the places that we went, and I circled it to kind of show how far away it was. So the Newfound Gap was pretty far, and then the place we went the very next day was closer, but it was definitely a lot longer. So I'm glad we waited until that's all we did that day. A lot of these materials that you put in junk journals are free, like this was cut out of the brochure, the map from the visitor center, and the postcards are only like $1, and stickers. So again, this is another page where I wanted to put some more of the stuff I had. So I had a sticker that I bought from the visitor center and a postcard, and then I just decorated it with some of the stuff that I had already as well. And I wanted to be able to utilize these, so I did another pretty page with this. And pulled that off of the map again. The last day in Gatlinburg, Smoky Mountains, was the huge hike up to the chimney top overlook. That was crazy. By the time I got down, up it and then back down again, I couldn't even feel my feet or my legs. So I added a couple of stickers that I had. I put in some of the pictures of us at the top of the mountain. It was so many steps, like 6,000, 8,000 steps. It was just crazy. And the elevation change was nuts, and it took us a lot longer than I thought it would, and that's just because of how hard it was to walk up all those steps. And I was like, I need a souvenir from this. So I grabbed a leaf off the ground and a little bit of greenery. This is a picture showing from the map where it was that we hiked. I took some decoupage glue and put it over all of this stuff so it could stay down, including the leaf and the greenery. This hike took us basically like 3 hours, and I was really tired afterwards, but it was worth it because the views were just beautiful. So we left Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and on our way home, of course, my daughter could not help but find another place to stop and go on a short little hike to Anna Ruby Falls in Georgia. Now this isn't the same as Ruby Falls. This is Anna Ruby Falls. It's a state or a federal park, so we were able to go and do a short little hike, which actually wasn't too bad because it got the legs, the blood flow pumping after sitting in the car for a little while. When we left Tennessee, we went into North Carolina and then into Georgia. And so that, as you can see, that's from the Visitor Center in Georgia. They had a brochure about Anna Ruby Falls, and then we bought some stuff from the gift shop, the little stickers, and then they're part of the receipt there. So again, junk journaling using the stuff we got while we were there. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of the road trip junk journal. There's pages at the end here where we can glue in some regular photos, regular sized photos like 4x6s if we wanted to get them printed out at a photo place and glue them in back here. There's plenty of sheets left. I hope this helps you to see how cool memories can be put into a junk journal for any kind of family vacation or road trip. And we have a couple of mini little journals on our Etsy page. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comment, and I hope you enjoy.